A. Welcome Broken World Entertainment, and Dumb and Dumber, the showrunners of Rings of Power, J.D. Pine and Patrick McKay, continue to talk crap and show their lack of awareness and understanding of the works of Tolkien. Oh yes, so they've been interviewed again, and they get a bit salty again, but this time they address the whereabouts and fate of Celeborn. You know, Galadriel's husband, as well as why Galadriel acts so masculine and why she went to Numenor. So, as we know, they've basically in the last episode, out of 8 episodes, the 7th episode, it took 7 episodes before they even mentioned Celeborn. And they basically alluded to he's dead, because Theo asks Galadriel, has she ever lost anyone? And she says, yeah, her brother and her husband, Celeborn. And it wasn't just the fact that they alluded to that he was dead. It was also the fact that she made fun of him when she last saw him. She took the piss out of him saying, look at you, you look stupid. Your armour doesn't fit you. So, they've gone on to say this. In episode 7, called The Eye, Galadriel mentions to Theo about losing her husband in a war against Morgoth. While it isn't said explicitly, it's implied Galadriel believes Celeborn is dead, saying that she never saw him again following the conflict. Celeborn's death, if true, would be a major diversion from J.R.R. Tolkien's source material. In his writings, the character is present throughout Middle-earth's second and third age. And let's not forget, this shit show is set in the second age and features in the original trilogy. If Celeborn isn't alive, Galadriel will never give birth to their daughter, who goes on to marry Elrond. Together, they have multiple children, including Arwen, who marries Aragorn. So, if he's not around, where is he? And how do they have kids? So, speaking to the press during a Q&A screening of the 7th episode, showrunners Dumb and Dumber, J.D. and Pine, teased Celeborn's fate was left ambiguous for a reason. Galadriel says she never saw him again, Pine says. Ambiguous. And we know there are things that the two of them do together in terms of progeny that they will issue, realms they will found. Jesus Christ, words are hard. All kinds of things. So it would be very hard to believe that she would never see him again. But let's see. The showrunners recently addressed the racist backlash against many of the show's cast, describing it as patently evil. So then it just goes on and on and on. So they're basically saying, oh, it's ambiguous. Where I can translate what they mean. I speak their language. Like, I've learnt dumb shit so I could understand what these people say. And what they say, what it translates to is, we couldn't put a male beside Galadriel because she would have to stay by his side and it would take away her agency. Fucking idiots. Anyway, then we also get the whole thing of their attempt to answer why Galadriel acts so masculine and why she went to Numenor. So they also recently addressed a number of questions regarding the series' canon-breaking lore and specifically addressed their depiction of Galadriel. Wait here, oh, Jesus Christ. Talking to the Hollywood Reporter in what can only be described as another big, huge puff piece of fans bad, Hollywood good. Showrunners Dumb and Dumber. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. J.D. Pine and Patrick McKay were confronted with criticisms of Galadriel, noting she acts too masculine and she never went to Numenor. Wait to hear this for a salty answer. Pine responds, I would love to see in Tolkien where it says Galadriel never went to Numenor. It doesn't exist. He added, second, one of her nicknames is Newern, which means man-maiden. And third, she does not act masculine. McKay offered his own answer, writing, also the name Galadriel is loosely translated in Elvish as a maiden with a crown of golden hair. The reason she had a crown of golden hair is because when she would fight and do all sorts of sparring with other elves, she would braid her hair and put it up on top of her head to stay out of her way. And the idea is that Galadriel is a warrior. What a pair of cabbages. Pine's defense of having Galadriel go to Numenor clearly shows he does not have any respect for Tolkien. In letter 131 to Milton Waldman, Tolkien clearly laid out his three themes of the Second Age. He wrote, the three main themes are thus: the delaying elves that lingered in Middle-earth, Sauron's growth to a new Dark Lord, Master and God of Men, and Numenor Atlantis. They are dealt with annihilistically, and in two tales or accounts, the Rings of Power and the downfall of Numenor. Both are the essential background to The Hobbit and its sequels. Speaking specifically on the downfall of Numenor, Tolkien wrote, the downfall of Numenor, the second fall of man, brings on the catastrophic end not only of the Second Age, but of the old world, the primeval world of legend. Oh, and he mentions that it's flat and bound, i.e., how can there be black elves and black dwarfs? And I'm directing this to the Tolkien scholar that IGN rolled out that goes, well, the reason is because they're closer to the equator and the sun shines there, so they'd get more of the sun, so that's how you can have black ones. How do you have an equator when the earth was flat? Dickhead. He goes on to make it clear it's about men, not elves. The downfall is partly the result of an inner weakness in men. So upon the first fall, unrecorded in these tales, repented but not finally healed, reward on earth is more dangerous for men than punishment. The fall is achieved by the cunning of Sauron in exploiting this weakness. Its central theme is inevitable. I think, in a story of men, a ban or a prohibition. Though Tolkien does note the Numenorians are in constant communication with their ancient friends and allies, either in the bliss of Assyria or in the kingdom of Gilgalad on the shores of Middle-earth. The show clearly does not show this and instead indicates the Numenorians have cut off communication with the elves. In the Silmarillion, Galadriel is not referenced in the tale of the downfall of Numenor, or Akabela, or Aka. How the hell do you pronounce this? Akabelet. However, she is referenced in the Rings of Power story at the conclusion of the book. So, Tolkien does mention that she was never there. It also kind of might be a bit worth noting that she was never a goddamn warrior. So here we have a Galadriel with no husband and is a warrior and in places where she never was. All because Dumb and Dumber here keep going, well, Tolkien never said it. When clearly he did say it. You know, it's interesting how they take certain things and go, well, Tolkien never said it. Do you know what Tolkien did say? Said the elves were white. He said the dwarven women have beards. Where do you want to come with that one? You have masculine warrior Galadriel, or as Gary on Nerdrotic calls her, and he got this from someone in his chat, so credit where credit is due. Guy Ladriel. It's just like, these two, just stop talking. Stop. Oh, jeez. The accountants over at Amazon must be losing their minds going, oh my Jesus Christ, will these two stop talking? We've pumped $1 billion into this thing, and these two are attacking everyone before the show's even finished. It just shows you how stupid and incompetent these people are. Let's not forget, this is the first time they've ever been showrunners. They've worked partially on something like 3 or 4 other projects, and were that bad at it they couldn't even get their names on those projects. And here they are trying to say, oh, we respect Tolkien, we're just going to piss all over everything he done. What about the fact Queen Regent Meriel is there face to face speaking with Galadriel? Not just that the two of them never meet. Meriel is only 1,000 years too early in this story. They really, it just gets you annoyed, doesn't it? Anyway, Dumb and Dumber Part 3, because they just can't stop. Oh my god, there's probably going to be a Part 4 by the time all is said and done. By the way, we're going to probably be waiting till at least the end of 2024 before you see season 2. And they are going to have to keep talking to keep people fresh on the whole Rings of Power being a thing. So, how do we conclude this video? It's simple. We say, fuck JD and Pine, fuck Patrick McKay, fuck Jeff Bezos, fuck Amazon, and fuck this show. And with that, I'll leave it there for this one. Catch you in the next one.